Okay, we will get started, I think. I'm using the microphone for our recording, which is going to go up on Facebook for everyone who couldn't come tonight. First of all, I'd like to say welcome, everyone, to the BCC Arts Shed. It's so wonderful to see so many people here interested in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This is amazing. And also, I'd like to acknowledge that we're meeting on Dja Dja Wurrung country today. The Bendigo Theatre Company performs almost exclusively on Dja Dja Wurrung country, and we pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging for the continued sharing of the land. Okay, we'll get into proceedings. Again, like I said, tonight is being recorded, so we'll pass the microphone around when it comes to questions and all of that sort of stuff so that we can get them on the recording as well. I will start with introduction of our committee members that are here tonight. I think we've got almost everyone, I think. We've got 4 over here, Kelsey, Jenny, Mo and Connor. We've got Vern on the end of the table down here. Stan's in the audience. Barb and Colin are up the back, and Keva is here. Oh, it's Keva up the back, sorry. And Colin was out the front checking vaccination certificates. So, yes, met everyone, that's fantastic. And also, of course, the most important people in the room, our production team for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I've got my list here so I don't forget anyone. Our production of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory... Oh, sorry, I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Bevan. I'm the president of Bendigo Theatre Company. Our production team consists of Vern Wall as our production manager. You give away, Vern. Thank you. Our director is Emily Calder. Our assistant director is Thomas Moore. A lot of Thomas Moore fans in tonight. Our choreographer is Lisa Kieran. Our musical director is Colin Wellard. Our costume coordinator is Kylie Howe. Our stage management team are where all good stage managers are, backstage. John and Selena Traynor up in the back corner there. Our lighting will be done by, surprise, Ian Scott, who unfortunately cannot be here tonight as he's running some training at Bendigo Venues and Events, because he's a very, very talented man. And our set designer is Samantha Lempio Franklin, who you would know from painting pretty much all of our sets in the last, how many years, Sam? 5 or 6 years? There she is, right there in row C. Okay, without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to our director, Emily, to kick off the night. Please welcome.
So I can avoid doing the, is this on? I probably should stand up. Okay, I'm Emily. I am quite short. Yeah, it is. It's one of those things. So I'm going to be the director for Bendigo Theatre Company's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which is going to be an all-in, family-friendly show. And we are really looking for all ages of actors. So we are going to be having some younger actors up and through to no age limit. I'll just talk a little bit about the vision for the show. We have in the first half, so pre-interval, we have kind of Charlie's life, and we get to see part of his life where he lives. So it's kind of very, very dismal for him. He's very much living on the lower end of the poverty line, and during his life that we're experiencing in this little window, we also get to see the introduction of the 4 other children. So there's probably lots of questions about those guys, but we'll get to that. And their personalities that we'll really get to meet. In the second half of the show, after the interval, we get to meet Willy Wonka for the first time. Except there's a little twist, he's actually been in the first half of the show, I know. We then go into Willy's world and get to meet all of his wonderful inventions, and of course the Oompa Loompas. The Oompa Loompas, so this is one of the first questions we have been asked, is, yes, we're going to use children for our Oompa Loompas. I will talk more about that in a second, but yep, so I've got some little humans here. This is lovely to see. Willie's world will be very, very different to Charlie's world, and it's going to be very geometrical, very structured, very strong colours. Probably cast. Do you want me to? Can't remember what I was going to talk about. Hey, should have put some notes down. So we are looking for. We need phones on the floor. No, we need grandparents. They don't have to be strong movers, but they do sing. We are needing a Charlie. We would like to preserve the idea of child. With the other children, we do need, some of them sing, some of them dance, some of them, they all need to act. We do want to preserve the concept of child. Part of what creates the grotesqueness of these children is what their parents have made of them. If they come across as too teenager or young adult, they do lose part of their grotesqueness because we expect teenagers to rebel. Yeah, they do, teenagers. So just bear that in mind, but there's some of them, they all need to sing, so they do need to be strong singers. And then of course there's all the parents, wonderful parents. One of the questions will be is, yes, there will be understudies because we do live in the times of COVID, so yep, we're going to have them. I think that's probably all I need to say at this point in time.
We might move, oh sorry, got boosted. We might move to the 2 mic system, sorry, just so I can continue interspersing. I also forgot to introduce Kristen Beaver, who's here representing the Tribe Committee. Sorry, please give her a round of applause. Sorry? Ah, yes, and our vocal director, Kerry Lorenz, as well. Very exciting. Kerry's unable to be with us tonight, unfortunately. Yeah. Again, I should have said this at the beginning. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, just due to the nature of the cast, is going to be a joint production between Tribe and BTC, Tribe Youth Theatre being our youth arm, of course, and Tristan sits on the Tribe Committee in representing them here today, which is fantastic. We'll move on to choreographer comments from Lisa. So, we could get that one.
Hello. Oh, there you go. Hello. Yes, I'm short too. So I'm Lisa Kieran. A lot of you may know me. I think this is the 6th show I've choreographed for BTC. So I've directed 3 and I think I've appeared in 2 or 3. Anyway, enough about me. So there's 3 lots of dance movement things I'm looking for. Obviously the first lot, we are having a ballet, so a dance ensemble. So I'm looking for trained dancers, probably around the 8 to 12, probably that many, all boys and girls, males, females, men and women, everybody is welcome. I'm looking for classically trained because there is a very big ballet number in the show. But you don't, I also am looking for people that can do Broadway, right, so Broadway style, and a little bit of funk. So you really need a wide training. So that's trained dancers, that's for the dance audition. All right, if your dance training consists of TikTok, come to the movement audition. Also, I'm looking for probably 3 triple threats as well. So maybe 3 of those dancers that can sing and act as well, because we'll need them for another number in the show. So at least 3, maybe more. Come and show us how fabulous you are. And then the movement audition, and I know everybody gets terrified when they hear movement. Basically, it's to see that you can walk in time with the music. Or move, you know, we're not going to do, I will be doing a ballet class for the dancers because of the amount of ballet in the show. Also, any of those that are going for Veruca, I would like them to come to the dance audition as well, because Veruca is classically trained as well. So, and I know there's some people that are coming to the dance audition who can't make it to the movement audition. That's fine. I will just make things easier for you. But don't be worried about the movement audition. All right. I'm a lovely lady. I won't bite you. I won't yell at you. It'll be fun. It's just to see how you move. All right. So please don't think we're going to get up there and do a full Broadway jazz routine or something. We're not, I promise. And then with the Oompas, children, again, it's more a movement thing. I want to see you walk in time with the music. I want to see you be able to take direction and instructions on how to move. Dance training obviously would be an advantage, and I would like a couple of little ballet girls or boys, a couple of little, if you can, just for a little cameo thing, which I've spoke to Emily about, which I think could be rather cute. And I've lost my train of thought now. So I got all wrapped up in my cute little ballerinas. So yeah, and if you can tap as well, because Emily would love some tapping in it, but you don't have to. If you can move, we'd love to see you. All right, please come and show us how fabulous you are. Please don't be frightened. All right, we're here to have a wonderful show and enjoy it, and enjoy your audition. So please don't come. I've had so many when I've done other shows, cry and don't want to come in. And it's not about that at all. It's about coming and having a wonderful time, being with your friends, and I mean, I've seen older people cry too, but it's just about having a lovely time and just enjoying yourselves and showing us how fabulous you are. Right, please don't think we're not judging you, we're just seeing what you can do. All right? Look forward to seeing you all on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I know one of my favourite parts from the 70s movie with Gene Wilder is there's an Oompa Loompa that does a very terrible handstand during one of the things. I'm like, that's me. That's me. Some musical notes from Colin.
Am I on? I'll stand up. I'm very short also. Hello friends, I'm Colin Wallard. Unlike everybody else, this is actually my first BTC production, so be gentle with me, please. It is a pleasure to be part of the production team for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I'd really like to thank the BTC for the warm welcome, and as I said, is what is my first musical. Very much looking forward to working and being part of the production and attempting to fill Matt Dudfield's very talented and very large shoes. So I look forward to that. Without sending you to sleep, my opinion is that the pressures on the musical orchestra is high. As unlike something like for opera or something like that, the range of elements the orchestra needs to focus on. You know, we've also got dialogue, complex dancing, and music. And Lisa's just spoken about funk and ballet, so the orchestra will be right across that. So that'll be a heap of fun. Therefore, the orchestra's part is essential as part of the storytelling process, and I'm committed to supporting the orchestra and ensuring that it makes its critical contribution to the success of the production and make it as awesome as I know it's going to be. So, the instruments that we need for our storytelling process in the orchestra, bass, cello, drums, guitar, horn, keyboard, percussion, reed, trombone. Yes! You can never have too many trombones in an orchestra, that's all I'll say. 76 of them, yes, 76, yes. Trumpet and violin, so it's a pretty broad orchestra delivering some pretty broad music, so it's going to be fabulous. Just to let you know, an EOI for musicians will be out shortly, and that'll be on the BTC Facebook page. So thanks for Kristen for pulling that together for me. And I'm really encouraging anybody who's been in the orchestra before or who really wants to have a go to complete an EOI, and we'll have those conversations in due course, which sounds very political, doesn't it? In due course. Depending on the makeup of the orchestra and the availability, we'll probably rehearse one night a week for 5 weeks or so before the SITS probe. However, that'll be decided once we've sorted out our membership. So if you've got any questions at all, please jump on the Facebook page or grab me in a headlock after this, and we can have a chat, or send me a carrier pigeon or something like that. So yeah, that's me done. So thanks again.
I only do smoke signals, Colin. Is that okay? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, make sure you encourage family members, friends, anyone that you know who plays an instrument to jump onto the Facebook page, submit the EOI. It's a hell of a lot of fun being in the pit. I know that from experience. It's you become a really great tight-knit group, and it's a really fantastic experience. There are, yes, there is lots of lollies. I wasn't going to disclose that, but yeah, get through quite a few bags of the Allen snakes. Audition bookings / the production folder. This is going to be Kristen who's going through this. Now, this is the stuff that you really want to prick your ears up for and pay attention, if you haven't booked already, of course. Kristen.
Now is it on? Yippee. I've got to come around the front because I have to see what's on the screen. Thanks, Ollie. Okay, so there is a process, and the process is you have to start with the production folder. That you'll find that on the BTC website. If you click on any of the Charlie images on the BTC website, it'll take you to a red button that says production information or production folder. You have to start with that document, please. Okay, once you've filled that out, once you've got the production folder, within the folder is that second link, which is the audition scripts that you'll need to click on and download and prepare to come along to do your read. Then you'll go out to the audition registration form. This is a Google form, and it tells us all your details, all your training, all your availability, and that's what we'll be preparing the audition sheets for these guys for your actual audition. I'll be handling that. And then the last two links are the links that you need to click on to make your bookings. Please don't make a booking without doing a registration form first. I think that's all I wanted to say about that. Rehearsals start on the 19th of April, Tuesday the 19th of April. That's it, I think.
Yeah, so if you take one thing away from that, read the production folder. All of the information is in there. Yep. Over to Vern for some other comments.
Okay, thank you. It's great to see this big number, which is fantastic. That really encourages us as a production team to see the interest that we've got. Just a couple of little things that I just want to add some extra information about. For those that didn't know what EOI means, it means expression of interest, okay? Sometimes we get caught up in our jargon and we know it all in theatre, but expressions of interest are for those people that want to put their name down to play in the orchestra. And I might be right in saying this, Colin, that you'll be looking at having a mixture of players. Would that be right? There may be some who are very experienced or like professional musicians, maybe with some of the support from more junior instrumentalist. Yeah, so don't just think, oh, I'm not a professional trumpet player. We may, be able to accommodate a mixture of them where you might be taking, say, the third trumpet part or the second reed part and so on. So that's something to consider. The other thing about the auditions, it's been said before and I just want to reiterate it, we're going to make the auditions as comfortable as we can for you, because we know that we're going to have some younger ones and we're going to have some older ones who just get as worried as the younger ones, but they just don't show it as much. So it's not about, you know, as Lisa said, it's not about trying to say, oh, we're going to see how you go and if you fail. We want you to come out and just do your best, and we'll acknowledge your skills. And you've all got skills. That's why you've come along, because you're looking forward to having a chance to be shining on Alumbra stage in July. The other thing about Charlie is that this is the first time it's been done in Bendigo, so we're premiering it. I think it's the first time it's been done in Victoria?
Well, I think we can fairly safely say we'll be one of the first amateur companies to perform this in Australia, I think.
In Australia?
One of the first.
Wow. Does that get you excited? Okay. Now, just a couple of other little things that I want to mention. The production team are a lovely group of people, and they're very friendly, but they do ask as a request, don't race out tonight and start sending them friend requests on Facebook and so on. There has to be, obviously, a little bit of distance between production team and so on. So it's not usually something that we encourage, that you sort of look for Facebook friend things and so on, because they might have to tell you, sorry, you're doing that wrong, and then you send them a Facebook thing saying, oh, why did you pick on me? You know, it's just not the correct thing to do. Some other things that I was going to mention, and we'll have a chance to have questions, and we've got a roving microphone that somebody will take. If it gets to the back row, I don't know, we throw it? No, we don't throw it.
I'll just jump over them, that's fine.
You'll just jump over them. Okay, so other comments I had were the auditions, for those that haven't seen all the information, are starting next Friday night. They start at 7 o'clock.
Just to confirm, it is this Friday night?
This 9th? Friday night.
The 9th
They
of
start
April.
at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Somebody said, is that AM or PM? And I thought, no, we're not doing it at 7 a.m. I can tell you now. I won't be here anyway. So we're starting at 7 o'clock tonight, and they're solo ones. You'll see when you go on to try booking, it says solo or group. The group ones are the movement dance ones. The solo ones are the ones where you're looking at being able to be part of the chorus or having a lead role, okay? And in that 10 minutes that you're allocated, you'll have a chance to sing, and we hope that you've prepared 1 or 2 songs. 2 songs? We've said up to 4 minutes. Now, I want to point out that I'm sure that they'll say the same thing. If you've got a beautiful prepared song and you get into full swing and we stop you, that's not because we don't like the song. It's because we've got limited time. And if we say, right, sing right through the whole song and then sing right through the next song, it mightn't give us enough time to be able to do some of the other elements, which are hearing you read. So if we stop you during the actual audition, don't think, oh, I've failed. It's just we've heard enough. And for some of us that have done a lot of theatre, it doesn't take very long for us to be able to quickly work out your vocal range and your voice and so on.
Just on that point too, make sure you're picking the part of the song that showcases your voice the best. Because otherwise, yeah, you might go through the verse and it's all lovely and nice, but then you're really going to belt the chorus, but they're like, no, sorry. So yeah, make sure you start with the bit that you want them to hear.
That's right. Yeah, so the other thing is too, on the information pack, it'll have the roles and then the vocal ranges. Now, some people look at that and they go, what the heck does F2 to C# 3 mean, or something like that. I'm just saying something. If you're not sure your vocal range, that's fine. You do your song, and then if we need to, we'll have a piano there that we can just say, can you sing this note, this note? Oh yes, you can get to this note. So we then know your vocal range. I'm not sure whether people know their vocal ranges, but it does help if you're able to say, oh yes, I'm a soprano and I can go to such and such. That does help. The only other thing is that on the Saturday, that's when we've got most of the group auditions, starting at 9 o'clock with the Oompa Loompas, 9 till 11. Then, or is it 11 to...
It's all in the production folder, I believe.
It's all in the production folder, but it's just we then go through some more movement ones and so on, and then we start again in the afternoon, late afternoon, evening. We go back to solos, and then on Sunday we've also got solos. We've got lots and lots of spots for you. Okay, I think that probably covers all that I want to do as production manager. But I'm now going to throw it open to people who have questions, because we've probably skimmed over something and you're going, what does this mean? Doesn't matter, there's no bad questions or whatever, just any questions. Oh, Kylie, here's a question.
If anybody has friends, family, or even yourself who are interested in sewing, please let me know, because we are going to need a fair bit of it for this one, I think.
Thanks, Kylie. Again, get in contact with the Facebook page. Send it a message. You'll be speaking to Kelsey, and yeah, Kelsey will forward that on to Kylie so that we can get it all through.
And
so yeah,
being a community organisation, we really rely very, very, very heavily on volunteers. It's all volunteers. Okay. Now, yes, videos. Some people have asked about, I can't make a certain part of the audition, or like I can't get to the movement one, or I can't get to an audition at all. You can send us a video. All right, so you could video yourself, just like on TikTok, I suppose. I don't know. Do a video, send it to us, and we'll consider that along with all the other auditions. So if you can't make it next weekend at any particular time, please don't feel that you can't be involved. We're happy to do that. We want to accommodate as many people as we can. Yes. Kels?
Is there a deadline for the videos, Vern?
They would have to be to us by Saturday, I would think. I think they'd have to be there by Saturday so that we can consider it with everybody else. We won't be able to accept them after that time. So, yep. Good question, Kels. Yep. Okay.
this is going to be a process. Sorry.
For the benefit of the group, in terms of music, do people have to bring music on discs, or will the piano play the music for you? Or
good question. I'll answer it, but I'll also get follow-up from the rest of the production team. On Friday night, we've engaged, well, we haven't engaged it, but she's coming. We have a rehearsal pianist, and we've asked people who want to be given accompaniment by a pianist to book in for Friday night. On the Saturday, we will have the ability to play either your USB or your phone or whatever like that, so that we can then have backing tracks. But Friday night is for those people who want to have piano accompaniment, and you need to bring your music that's all together for the pianist to be able to play, and it's in a folder so it's not going to fall over the floor and she's trying to play it with it, half the sheets missing and so on. So have it all set up ready to go if you're going to have piano accompaniment. If you can't fit into Friday night, we might have to have a chat to you and work something out. But at this stage, that's all we're looking at is the Friday we've got the pianist. Oh, there's 5 spots left on Friday night. Yep. Next question. Yep.
So if you're going for ensemble, you need 2 songs, right? Wait, 2 songs going for 2 minutes? Or are we singing?
Yep. 2 songs. In a style of like the music from the show if you can. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, so we are looking for 2 contrasting songs in the style of the show. So a character song and a more of a lyrical song. So we just want to see a little bit of your abilities. So it isn't a test, it's just show me what you can do, but I'd like to see variety.
So that could be like 2 contrasting songs. Oh My God from Legally Blonde and Tomorrow from Annie. I just want to see their reaction. Tamara.
Where are like the actual like acting auditions?
The acting auditions we have at the end of the corridor, which is our costume corridor. We have a small rehearsal room. You will come in for your audition into the green room, which is the room you probably came through, where you'll be greeted, and at your time you'll be taken down to the back rehearsal room where you'll have individually your time, your 10 minutes of audition. Okay, so that's the acting one. If you're doing the movement in groups, it will be in here.
Would that be on the Friday?
Yes, you're singing and acting. Yep.
Thank you.
So yes, so during your 10-minute audition, we will see you sing, and there are some some script pieces. They're not long. It is just about you showing me what you can do with that character. So it's not about showing me that you're really great memorizing or that you're a really great reader. I'm not, casting people who can sight read. It's about showing me what you can do with that character. It will happen in that 10 minutes. Now, the physicalization of the acting will actually be done in the movement audition. So you will be asked to dance in the movement audition. Move really well. Yeah, move really well. But you will also be asked to do some acting, and it will be improvised and some miming, because a number of these characters do actually have to do some really convincing miming. So, yeah, does that answer the question? Yeah, cool.
You say the style, the songs in the style of the show. What would that include? I mean, I don't know the music, so what are the style? What's the style of the show?
Traditional Broadway. Sorry. So basically, if you pick something from a musical, you'll be right.
I'm going to run around. I saw 3 working its way kind of from the front.
You were so close.
This one is also for the benefit of the group. So I'm assuming you will not be wanting, 1, people to sing songs from Charlie, and 2, you won't be wanting people to dress up like the character they want. So you want people to be basically a blank slate while also bringing their character to the songs and the readings that they're doing. So
yes, that's
Charlie
correct.
is off limits for singing auditions. Just don't sing Charlie, don't dress Charlie. Just
I don't want to hear.
Just
I don't
to
want to sing
clarify.
Charlie just because I don't want you learning it wrong. I am a musician too, so I do know exactly how that can happen. And I want you to show me how you characterize, not how you dress. Go for it.
Hi, my question is, and I'm sorry if it's in the production notes, about those of us who actually can't sing or dance. Just wondering if you have any other production helping roles or anything like that you need help with.
There are a few just acting roles.
Yes. There are a couple of roles that are non-singing and fairly simple movement. They are Jerry and Cherry, who are the television announcers who are announcing each time a golden ticket is found. They are supposedly presenting to a television audience this is the person that's just won the next golden ticket, and then, yeah. So it's just strong character acting. So, and Mrs. Green, yes. Oh, yes, yeah. She's a sort of a shopping trolley.
Just, even though they're acting parts, what can I say? You still need to know how to stand on stage. You need to see how to present yourself. It's all about a performance, because every moment you're on stage, you are still doing something. So that's why I still need to see, well, we all need to see everybody move. So again, don't think it's dance, 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 dance. But we still need to see you, because we need to see that you can stand with your shoulders back, and then not doing things like that on stage. So we still need you to come to the movement audition.
And just also, if you are interested in backstage positions, like helping out with the set and that sort of stuff, we'll have a separate call out for that happening later, I believe.
Absolutely,
Yep.
Because being a community theatre group, we need people to work as backstage people, costuming, people to do hair and makeup, and all of these are volunteers. And then the big area, set building, where we have set building taking place on a number of occasions here at our site. On the other side of that wall is our building area, and we construct all of our set pieces and so on here, which then are taken to the Capitol or Alhambra Theatre. Any more questions? Yes?
Yeah, g'day guys. Question, when rehearsals start, what days are you operating?
Tuesdays and Sundays. Tuesdays 7:30 till 10:30, although children may be going earlier. All right, because we don't want children out late getting into trouble. The Sunday rehearsals go from 1 to 5, 4 hours, and that's where we'll get a lot of work done. Also be aware that if you're cast in a lead role, you may have additional rehearsal time, because we're only allowing just over 11 weeks for this production, so it will be full on right from day one. We also have, and you'll have to see it in the production folder, but there is what we call an intensive weekend, and that dates have already been set on that. That intensive weekend means that we do Friday night, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday rehearsal. Okay? Now, some people might not be required all the time, but I think you need to assume that you will be. Okay? That intensive is usually to finally ground out all of the... Grind out? What am I after? What's the word I'm after? To embed all of the show. Embed the show. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah.
So one question that you might be wondering is, one of the questions in the audition registration form is, what role would you like to go for? And then it says, if the director sees you in another role, will you consider a different role? And it's okay to say no. We won't be doing any judging. Like if that's the role you've got your heart set on, and if you're not cast in that role, you don't want to be in the show, that's okay. Please don't think that you have to, concede your dreams.
But also consider the fact that you might have a particular role in mind, but these lovely people will look at you and say, this person is perfect for that. So don't shut yourself off from that. These people have got so much experience, they can pick out what will suit you best.
Speaking of doing anything, in one of the production booklet, there's the role of Mr. Salt that you see there, and then in the when signing up for those roles, the Mr. Salt is conspicuously missing and replaced by a Mrs. Salt. And I thought...
Come and see me about that afterwards and we'll sort that out.
No problem. That's... That's what I assumed.
We can get that fixed. That's fine. Yeah, that won't be a problem. Sorry, I was going to say, I've got this up here and then here, over there, and then down there.
I'm just curious, some of the families have accents. Is that a part that you're wanting to see in the audition?
Yes, if you can. So Mr. Salt and Veruca both have Russian accents, and Mike TV, Mrs. TV, and the Beauregards do need to have American accents because it is stated in the musical that that's where they are from. So when the news reporters introduce Veruca and Mr. Salt, they say they are in Russia. So, yes. Tom will teach you if necessary.
And the Bavarians.
Oh, and the Bavarians. Sorry, I forgot about the Bavarians. So, Gloops, they need to have German accents. So if you can do an accent, I would like to hear it.
I've just got a question about Veruca. So in the Broadway performance, she's on point. Will that role definitely be on point for this show?
So, no, not necessarily.
Yep.
We would love somebody on point, but it depends because of the age that we might be looking at. They don't have to be proficient on point. However, they really do need to be proficient at ballet. But it doesn't necessarily have to be on point.
So is there going to be a point component to the ballet class that's running on
There
Saturday?
will be. If you come to audition for Veruca, if you have point shoes, please wear them.
Thank you.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, yep, cool. Oh, got a little walkway here. Just sneak through.
Hi. I have two little questions. One being, on the audition form, there wasn't necessarily any section to write anything about missing days. If we can be there for the majority of the day, but just can't be there for like maybe the start or the end, is that just something that maybe we tell you when we get into the audition room, or is there another way to contact that? Is there? Oh, then I missed that.
Come and see me afterwards
Okay.
and we'll sort it out.
No worries.
Yeah, all the availabilities are in the registration form.
Okay. And my other question was, can you guys elaborate on understudies? Do you just mean people who are there in case the other person goes down, like they won't get a show, or will the understudies get shows and get time on? Or have you not decided that? That's fine as well.
I'm going to answer this as production manager. The understudies are there purely if the lead cannot do the role. So in COVID environment, that's what it will be. The understudy will not have a performance. So we don't want people to say, oh, well, I'm the understudy, so I want to have the Friday night, and so on. The whole thing is the lead was selected because they were the best person for it, and every audience needs to see the best cast. But it's just an insurance policy that if in this COVID time, if we had somebody had to drop out, heaven forbid, we would then say, okay, the COVID person, yes, they'd be part of the ensemble. They would be still there. They're not just wandering around. Yep. Waiting for a role.
I think did I see a hand up? Did I see a hand up in the back row before? No. Okay, cool. Yep. Okay.
Claire's.
I was going to say, yep, so we'll go into Claire and then we'll come out this way and then down around the front. Pass that in, thank you.
Hi. I noticed a couple of the roles, the scripts are just the songs. So do you just want just the song prepped, or would it be better to choose another character as well and have a read through their script as well?
Yeah, it's Mrs. Gloop, and it's because there's not a lot that she
Mrs. Gloop and Augustus.
Yeah, they both,
Yeah.
neither of them really have any lines. So show me what you can do with the song. But yeah, if you feel it, maybe prepping another character just to show what else you can do would be useful. Yeah. We're doing a zigzag.
I'm asking a very repetitive question, and I'm sorry. So again, with the not being able to sing and dance, what night is the movement one, and do I need to book in for that as well?
Yes. So for the people who are looking at the not dancing but moving and not singing but acting roles, yes, you need to book in for the movement audition and book in for a solo audition to find out, your acting, because that's something we need to see.
I'm decided I'm going to introduce an efficiency measure here, and I'm just going to repeat the question into the microphone. Yeah. Who is next? Ash. Will there be an understudy for each role, or will there just be kind of a set of perhaps swings that can fill in to each role?
I think it would be ideal if we had one for each role, because we are living in COVID times and it is easier. So that does also include the parents. The understudies will be also used in the chorus. The chorus has a number of different elements in the show. So in the first half of the show, they are the townspeople, and then they're also the reporters. So there's a certain level of movement in that. And in the second half of the show, they don't actually show back up on stage, but because we're using smaller humans for Oompa Loompas, they will be the Oompa Loompas' voice. So they'll be in the wings being the chorus for the Oompa Loompas. So the Oompa Loompas can just focus on moving.
Fantastic. Over the back.
We can be in Australia, it's okay. Yeah.
Characters that don't have a specified accent can just be Australian, that's okay. Up the back. How many Oompa Loompas are we looking for?
12 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
Short Oompa Loompas.
You have to be shorter than our production team.
We do short well.
Yeah, it'll just, I would imagine that the height limit will just be kind of who looks right. Yeah.
That's why I'd like to see, that's why we're having a group audition, especially for the children, just so I can see them all together, all lined up, see how well they look together as a group, because they are a group. So it just depends who turns up on the day, who we get. Tell all your friends, come along, it'll be so much fun.
Follow-up question?
So I think we've put down, we've got 10 till on the, but we're looking at short. So, if you just stopped growing, that's great.
In the middle. If you are auditioning for ensemble, do you need to prepare a solo script for the acting portion?
I think it would be good, because you might suddenly be decided that we really want to see you in another role. Well, as in like another smaller role as well. So, yes.
I dare say that the ensemble, there'll be a couple of lines here, there and everywhere for the ensemble
there are.
too. Yep.
So.
Down in the front.
No, I would definitely consider 9 and 11 months. So, especially if they're, already trained. Yeah, so if they're a trained dancer from 9, then yes, I think we would consider them.
Let's not get Zeno's arrow with it though.
Yeah.
Again, we'll get philosophical about what actually constitutes being 10 years old, and that's another conversation. So we'll sort that out.
We're on to you.
Up the back. So yes, that kind of follows off from that last one. If you are auditioning for the dancing ensemble and the singing, please also prepare an acting slide. Yes. That would be great. Yes. Yep.
Yes, yeah, one of the bits. That's in the thingy.
There's a link available for those script excerpts. Yes, over the back.
How tall is he? Come to, yeah.
Come to the Oompa Loompas. Book a solo audition as well. Sorry. Do both. Come for the Oompa Loompas because, you know, we might have 25-foot people. We don't know. And that's why we do everybody together, because you just don't know who's going to turn up. So do both. Book a solo. Come for the children's audition, and then we might say, can you come back for the movement audition? Which I do quite often too. I might say, if you're a dancer, well, I can't say if you're not a trained dancer, come for the dancing audition because it's first. But I might say, if you've come for the dance audition, I might say, can you come back to the movement audition as well? So it's, yeah, but just do everything.
Yep, in the middle.
Yes. No, okay.
Yep.
So, but we are looking for short.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. So, so for height, it's not an age restriction other than you must be in secondary school. It is more of a height thing and what looks right for the show. Up the back.
Sorry to be sizist.
How much dance is required for Violet?
She does move. She does sort of very Motowny sort of. Look, it's not. You don't have to be a trained dancer, but you have to be able to move quite well. Sorry, Del? Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but if you go onto YouTube and you look up Charlie and the 4 Murdered Children. You will see the Broadway production.
The easiest way around that, just come along to the dance audition, ultimately, I think. And then, it's that way the production team will be able to see everything. So a follow-up question? Just come along to the dance audition. That's going to be the easiest way to get to...
No, just come to the mover. If you're not trained, just come as a mover.
Okay.
Just come as a mover. The only people I want to see in the trained audition, in the dance audition, are trained dancers, and Veruca must be a trained dancer. Nobody else needs to be a trained dancer, but they must be.
Mm-hmm. Say you couldn't make it to a movement audition, what would be appropriate to put in a movement video that you are submitting?
Good question. Nothing from TikTok. I haven't thought about that one. That's very interesting. Kelsey.
I have a possible suggestion if yourself or I know your very competent daughter can help, possibly do a short video that we can then send out to some people that they will have to learn so that you can at least see their capability of the choreography that you will probably have in the show, if that's a possibility.
We could do that, or we could even just pop it in your 10-minute audition. Because I'll be there anyway. I'll be there for all the singing auditions as well. So perhaps I think that might be easier if you're not a trained dancer. Thanks, Kels.
There are solutions.
Yes, yeah. Yep. So, but let us know. We'll work it out. But yeah, we'll do it in your 10-minute audition. It's fine.
So so who will be at the auditions?
Okay. The auditions will comprise 5 people most occasions. That will be director, musical director, choreographer, assistant director. There will also be one person who is what we call the committee representative. That is to make sure that on behalf of the company, everything is run fairly and equally. All right? So it might sound like a lot of people, but it's just so that they all are equal. All right? So it might sound like a lot of people, but that's the way we do it.
Great question. Yeah, Aaron?
Yes, sorry, the carrier will be there too, yeah. So it'll be six.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I forgot.
Great
Sorry,
question.
Kerry.
Are there any other questions? Yes, over the back. So is that if you audition for a lead and you are not successful in getting that lead role, will a position in the ensemble be available? Mhm. So, yep. Sorry. So if you are if you're offered a different role and you're not feeling comfortable in that role, is it okay to reject that role and be placed in the ensemble?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
probably.
again it'll be up to the creative team's discretion on that sort of stuff. But I don't see why that wouldn't be
Yeah,
possible.
I don't see why it's a problem.
Have you got internet, mate, up there? Can you just put that last thing that I sent you up, please, just so everyone can see, because I get the impression that it would have been a good idea for me to put that up earlier.
The magic of television.
Here's one we prepared earlier. Sorry, I'm just going to put up the group movement audition times, so you can ask any questions that you might have about them, looking at what they are. So everybody comes to a movement audition, is that correct? Everybody comes to a movement audition. But not everybody comes to a 10-minute audition. Who doesn't come to a 10-minute audition? Beauty. Thank you.
It should be coming up there in a... There we go.
Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Saturday. This is Saturday coming up. What does the star mean? Star means Oompa Loompas do not need to book a song, do not need to prepare a song, and do not need to book a solo audition. This is in the production information package. This is on page 6 of the production information pack, which you get from the BTC website and the BTC Facebook page and the Tribe Facebook page. It's the bit.ly link that says Charlie Info, and it will take you to this document, and page 6 is where you find all this information.
To the BTC Gmail account, that can be found. It's bendigotheatrecompany@gmail.com. There's links on the website, and I believe there's a link on our Facebook page too.
I'll also make a separate post for video audition info as well.
Yep, so there'll be information up there. Sometimes the internet's funny with video sizes, so it might be handy if you upload it to YouTube and send through a link. If you're able to do that, that's another way around it too. So we'll see all of the same stuff. So 4 minutes, 2 songs, reading or acting out the audition script. Sorry, I'm completely overtaking here, and then a bit of movement too. So yeah, so it can be longer than not TikTok. It'll be longer than the 10 minutes for that one to get the dancing in too.
Okay.
For the, I'm using my projection, for the dance ensemble, point shoes, ballet shoes, character shoes, please. Don't need to see tap shoes for dance ensemble. For Oompa Loompas, if you have them, but it's not a requirement, ballet shoes, jazz shoes, tap shoes. If you have them, but it's not a requirement.
I might we've just hit an hour, so I might cut off open questions now. The creative team will be around that you can come and have a chat to after we're done. I did just want to mention one thing, then we'll throw to Vern and then I'll close up the night. It'd be best for all auditions if you can do it solo. So if you are perhaps one of our younger members and you're doing a solo audition, it'd be best if you can do that on your own. So try not to have mum and dad in the room with you, etc. Yeah. That'd be, yeah. Go for it,
Yeah,
Vern.
I was just going to say, I think we've got most of the questions covered. If you have lots of more questions, these people are going to be around for quite a while, I think. So come up and ask your questions and then you can get a direct answer to what you require. If you've still got questions, we do say refer back to the production folder because it really is quite clear there what is required. The only other thing I would say is that in the production folder it says after this weekend, the Tuesday, you need, if you're going for a lead, you need to be available for callbacks. And callbacks will be in here, and it will be where we'll be putting people who we believe could be in the lead roles up against other people and so on to see how they all fit together. Okay? All right, I think I'll just hand back to...
So I did say that all the children need to be short, but I may have left out that Augustus can be quite tall. It's kind of a visual joke. His mother talks about him being quite small, so Augustus may overtower his mother. Just putting that out there.
Cool. I was going to audition for Charlie, but I might go for Augustus now.
Come on, Bevan.
Cool. Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. It's really, really... what's the word I'm looking for? Uplifting to see so many people coming here. Encouraging, thank you, that is the word. Yeah, it's uplifting, it's encouraging, it's all of those wonderful things to see so many people here keen to support local theatre after a pretty terrible 2 years. We're back, we're very excited, and I hope you are too. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. If you're watching on the video at home, thank you for tuning in. If you've got questions up there, send them through to the Facebook page or to the BTC Gmail, and they will be sent to the correct people. Other than that, thank you so much. These people will be here for a while, and have a lovely night. Good luck for your auditions.